morning. This is Jazzy, and I am excited to be premiering this first time Living on Purpose workshop. If y'all have a pen and paper or your notes app, it will come in handy. It's very interactive, but more so for you to take notes and remember like what you're writing down. So please, interact with me. um, so this could be, smooth that everybody can get something out of it. Um, so let's just jump right into it. The first thing that I wanted to ask everybody is, what does purpose mean to you? And while y'all think about it, I can give mine first. While y'all think about what purpose means to you. And I have two meanings of purpose. My purpose meaning is living life with intention and using the gifts that God gave me to serve others. That's what I think purpose means to me. Anybody else?
Sure, I'll go
Yeah.
next. To me, living on purpose means knowing that and believing that we are here for a big mission. And I think some people take that for granted or may forget that because we get lost in our humanly fleshy ways because, we see what's right in front of us. But there is a bigger purpose for us being here on this planet, because we're all connected. We're all here, and I think that there's a bigger purpose for that. And so living on purpose because of that is what that means to me.
Yes, I love that. And I agree. I definitely agree. There's a bigger mission of why everybody is here. Um, and I think that everybody's purpose is connected in some way um, if you're aligned with each other. So I agree. I like that. Anybody else?
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
I guess I would say, for me, it's kind of like making those conscious decisions to be the best version of myself. So that way I can do, what I'm supposed to be doing here in this world.
Yeah. I like that. It kind of goes back with like living on purpose, living with intention, and making sure that everything that you're doing is aligned with the bigger mission, like Mo said. Okay. Anybody else?
Yeah, good evening or good afternoon, depending on where you all are at. But I just say purpose, simply put, like how you just stated, just means intent to me.
Yes, yes. I agree. So everybody pretty much on the same page with what is purpose. Okay, we starting off good. We starting off strong. so I wanted to give the definition of uh, four things that we're going to touch on throughout this workshop, which is purpose, passion, gifts, talent, and skills. So the definition, technical definition of a purpose is the reason for which something is done or created. So everybody pretty much said that like you're here for a reason, for a mission to fulfill something. So yes, everybody was on track with that. Passion. The definition of passion was strong and a strong or barely controllable emotion. Listen, passion is strong. A lot of people say like passion, like, oh, I'm passionate about this, I'm passionate about that. And it's usually something like they feel deeply about. So that's the definition of passion. A gift is a thing that is given willingly to someone without payment. And we'll talk about that. So a gift is something that you, as it relates to like your purpose, is something that you will do without question, without payment. Like you just do it naturally. And your talent is something that you're naturally good at. And a skill is something that your ability to do something well. So your skill is something that you usually learned. And then over time, as you're learning and building that, you become good at it. So I will try to keep those four things in mind because um, the next question or the next things I want y'all to write down, and y'all can share if y'all want, but this is something I want y'all to write down. The first thing I want y'all to get in y'all mind and write down is one main goal that you're working towards. Just think of or write down one main goal that you're working towards. And I'll give y'all minutes, a minute or two. Okay. Okay. Yes. All right. Everybody got y'all main goal. Oh, I see your response, living out your life goals and dreams. I just saw that. Yes, I agree with that. For what's your purpose? Yes. But everybody got their goal, one main goal. Thumbs up, yay. Okay. Okay, cool. Now, the next thing I want everybody to write down, got you, is one thing that you're passionate about. Think about one thing that you're passionate about, that you just feel so deeply about. Give everybody a little 30 more seconds to think about it. One thing you're passionate about. You got three more things for y'all to think about and write down. All right. Now, based on the definition of what I gave y'all about what a gift is, I want everybody to write down one gift that they think that they have. If you don't know a gift or you don't feel like you have any gifts, that's okay. But just write down one thing. If you feel like you know at least one gift that you have, write down that one thing. And then everybody write down one talent that you feel like you have. One talent. And a talent is something that you're just naturally good at.
Can you hear me? Can you tell me again, like, what's the difference between the gift, the talent? Sorry.
The gift was something that you give willingly to somebody without payment, but as it like relates to your purpose, your gift is just like something that you would do without question. Like you wouldn't care if you got paid for it or not, but you would just do it because it's just something that's in you. And then the talent is something that they almost go they it's a thin line between gift and talent, but a talent is something that you're naturally good at, but you might want payment for it. I ain't gonna say want payment, but it's just something that you just naturally good at. And I always say like an example is like for like singers, you think about somebody that know how to sing, you got people who like, okay, you can sing, you have the talent to sing, but somebody who has the gift of singing, like they can move a crowd, like you really feel it when they sing, like like it's just in them. Like some people can sing, but some people they just got it on them. And it's just like, no, like you really like this is something that you was born to do. I kind of get that example to kind of distinguish like the difference between gift and talent. Some people good at basketball, but they not good enough to make it to the NBA. They just don't get it, but they good. So that's an example.
Okay, thank you. Yeah, that makes sense.
Welcome. And then the last one that I want y'all to write down is one skill that you have. Yeah. Okay. Everybody got all of theirs written down in their mind in their notes. Y'all got it? Okay, cool. All right, so I'll share mine. I don't know if y'all want to share y'all's. I don't know if it's too personal or whatever. But I'll just share mine for an example. And then I have a follow-up question for y'all to just think about how all of those things are connected. So for me, one of my main goals that I wrote down was to increase access to resources for different communities. And one of my gifts is my gift of giving, and something that I'm naturally good at that I would do without question is help when I can and serve others. It doesn't matter in what capacity. If I'm anywhere somebody needs help with anything, I'm like, okay, cool. I really have a problem with stretching myself. So that's like something that I need to really work on, but it's something that I would just do naturally. Just to help somebody else take the stress off somebody else. And then a talent that's way left that don't even apply, that don't seem like it would go hand in hand is dance. Um, and then a skill that I have that I've learned is editing. So those are all of mine. Does anyone want to share theirs?
Sorry, hold on. I was eating dinner. 1 second.
Oh, I see your comment too. Some people saying yes, it's definitely a difference. Some people that be just be singing, okay, you can sing, okay, but some people that sing, you be like, woo, sing damn.
All right, so mine. Sorry, I'm still finishing my food. I apologize. So mine for my goal. One of my goals is to grow enough food in my backyard to feed me and my family. So that's something that I'm like actively working on. Something that I'm passionate about is making sure that my kids are able to take care of themselves when they get older. And I mean, like, if I'm ever, book smart, street smart, can you protect yourself? All that stuff is something that I'm very passionate about and work towards every single day. One of my gifts, I think I might have messed these up, but I'm gonna say them anyway. One of my gifts is being able to like relate to people from all walks of life. I think that comes from moving around so much as a kid and going to 10 different schools and just living in different places across the country. It just it just helps me. I'm not the best at talking, but I am good at connecting connecting with
Yeah.
people in that way. So and one talent, I guess, is kind of learning things, learning hands-on things quickly. I'm really good with my hands. Um, Pretty much anything, anything that you can like build or do with your hands, I learned really quickly. And I didn't know my skill. I guess like kind of just like relating back to all the stuff I just said, those would be kind of my skills. And I'm learning metaverse stuff every single day.
Yes. Yes, you did. That was a gift, so you did it right, honey. That's good. Yes, I love that. Okay, I see your response too, cause yes, gold, Grammy, passion, music, gift, giving time, talent, imagination, skill, networking. Yes, I love those. Yes, I on the roll. I love this. Okay. So this is the big one to kind of start thinking about and connecting like what your actual purpose is, because a lot of times people either operate in passion and they get confused with like, oh, I really love this, I really like the concept of this, and I really feel deeply about this, and you start moving and operating in passion, and it's not necessarily your purpose. It's just something that you love, but it's not necessarily what your mission in life to do is, but it could be directly connected to your purpose. You just haven't reached it. So I want y'all to look at y'all list that y'all came up with and find a connection between the two. How can they all be connected to achieve the same goal? Is what I want y'all to think about. How can they all be used together to achieve your one main goal?
While everybody writes, I'll probably kick it off because I didn't share my questions last time. So I was saying my main goal is to get our network, like even this kind of show, on a major network. You know, we trying to get on something like Amazon TV. Somebody holler at us. We trying to take all of this network to a major network. And I'm not stopping until we do. So that's my main goal. One thing I'm passionate about is educating my kids. Something that I'll do no matter what is supporting others. That's also something I'm passionate about, and would do just even if it hurts me and I don't have the capacity. Being able to support another person when they need it, I'm going to do it each and every time because it's what I'm passionate about and what I would do for anyone. And one of my gifts is creating beautiful things. It could be like randomly. I almost have like a knack for like I've never done it before, but I believe I can give it a try. And even if it doesn't come out exactly how it's supposed to, it's still going to come out like beautiful in its own way. And one of the things or skills that I've learned is 3D building, whether that's like making 3D clothes or 3D spaces, being able to make a digital twin physical, which I think has been a really powerful skill so far. And so one thing I would say on how to kind of bring them all together for me is staying focused on that mission, which is to get this to a network, because I feel and believe everything that I've said is already all connected, right? Because I'm already a very intuitive person. Even if I'm doing like a hobby, I try to make it with a purpose, and then tie it into what I'm doing already. When it comes to trying to be this successful entrepreneur and build a foundation for the next. So just keeping like that main goal, like, okay, and I want this to be on a network so that everything I do is like up to that standard helps. And so for me, again, that intention from the beginning ties it all together.
I love that. I love that. Y'all on a roll. This is so good. Yes, thank you, Tiny, because yes, thank you for writing that. To get everybody caught up. But yes, I love that Mo. And I agree with ANC, like everything that you said within you, like and what you give to the community, like I see all of that. And so I love that. Um for me, so how mine, I feel like mine tied together for me for increasing access to resources, giving back, serving, helping others, dance, editing. So I feel like my skills of like editing, creating videos and creating content, like all of that ties like back into like just building a community and also like using that for awareness for others. So like the more that I create, the more that I can help others and like just spread the message and allow people to be aware of what I'm doing. And then the more that I grow, the more that I'm able to give back. Like I always believe in like the more that my cup is being filled, it's just more for me to pour out into others. And so that's my it kind of going into my next question is like what's your why behind all of that, like your goal. And I want you to challenge your why not to be anything for you. So if you first your why is something that has to do with you, think a little deeper for your why to be for something else. And for everything that's connected for me, my why is to be able to pour into others. So that's that. So that's the next question, y'all. What's your why behind your goal of why you want to do what you want to do? Yep, I agree, cause I like that.
Yeah, I think my the stuff that I said kind of when I actually read look back at it kind of all goes together because my main goal in life is to be self-sufficient. So all of those things kind of really go together, like gardening, learning different skills within the metaverse and just in real life, relating to different people, and of course my kids. That's all. It all ties into being self-sufficient and really being able to just live our life no matter what's going on out there. So,
I love
which is also
that.
my why, I guess, at the same time. It also answers that question.
Your why is really your kids, like for self-sufficiency for your family. That's good.
Yes.
Oh, yes. Yes, yes, yes. Okay, so I have a visual that I drew to kind of get my brain to remember like the overall like intention of behind why we do what we do when we're walking in our purpose or finding our purpose and trying to like live out that mission and fulfill it. So the vision was crazy, Tiny, because you was talking about gardening. Now I don't really know much about gardening. I need to come to one and I need to get it together. But but the visual I drew was like of an apple tree. And I don't know what all it takes to grow an apple tree, but um your gift is your root. So think about like in the terms of like your purpose, like in thinking of a tree, like your gift is what's rooting your tree. Like it's the basis of your purpose. And so the as you go up the tree, it's everything else, your talents, your skills, your passion, like all of those things work together to, as your tree grows, it's getting bigger and bigger. Like all of those things are working together. Like Kush said, like networking, it may not be your gift. You may not have the gift of networking, but that's a skill that is going to help you grow and reach your goals. And then your purpose is the apple tree itself, like what people see, the outcome, the full intention behind why you do what you do. And then the apples itself is what's being poured back into other people, like your why is what's being birthed from that tree, is what's given back to your kids, your family, to people that you don't know, to people that you're teaching in the community. Like those are the apples. So if you don't know what your gifts are, like your roots, they not, you gotta figure out what your gifts are in order for your roots to be strong, because if not, like everything else is just operating on your talents, your skills, and your passion, and it's not going to be stable without your gift. And then also just how are you watering how are you watering your gifts, like continuing to like learn more and like digging deep into like what your gifts are. Like you don't just have one gift. Some people, you have multiple gifts, and the more that you operate and become comfortable in operating in one gift, another gift is always often coming from that as well. So just constantly watering yourself and watering your gifts and operating in that and learning how to grow um, in order to continue to water so your tree can continue to grow and grow and grow. So you can be able to, give back to other people, to accomplish your main goals. So that's kind of the visual I want y'all to take away. And the question that I want y'all to take away is thinking about what is your gift rooted in, because that's the key to unlocking and walking in your purpose and fulfilling that mission. Is just remember, if y'all remember nothing else from me, is your gift is what's important, and figuring out what is your gift rooted in. And so have an example, because I love a good analogy and an example to kind of help your man get the thinking about it. So when I was coming up with this and thinking about it or whatever, the example I got was communication. And so like if you have a gift of communication, because not everybody has that, they struggle with communication. Some people are extremely well with communication. And so if you know your gift is communication, the question is like, what is your communication rooted in? Because not everybody, me too, Tiny, I am a struggler with communication, but not everybody has the same roots of communication. So like your gift could be communication, but the what your communication is rooted in could be helping other people learn how to communicate with other people in relationships, friendships, family ships, business, work. like just teaching other people how to communicate effectively, or your gift in communication could tie hand in hand with like you love working with kids. So your gift of communication is teaching kids like who may have speech delays, or just growing and teaching kids like how to communicate better their feelings, their emotions. That could be what your gift of communication is rooted in. Or your gift of communication could be like inspiring, being a motivational speaker, because some people who know how to communicate well, they cannot motivate anybody to save their life. So sometimes like that's what your gift is is rooted in. And so just identifying what your gift is and what it is rooted in, that's when you start to look at your passion and say, okay, like I love communication. I'm great at communication. I hate when people don't communicate well. Like that's a pet peeve of mine, because you do it so well, so you don't really understand why people don't know how to communicate. But that's your gift. And if you have a passion for helping people, or you have a passion for kids, like now you can think about, okay, my gift may be rooted in X, Y, and Z. So whatever your gift is, start thinking about your passion too, and figuring out like what is rooted in, so then you can begin to like connect your skills, your talent, and your goal to walk in it. So that's the takeaway just for the next session, just thinking about what is your gift rooted in. And that's probably yes. So that's all I got. Do you might have any questions, things that they struggle with, like, because I know like even in this walk of like finding your purpose, even if you know your purpose, like um that walk of like walking in your purpose, once you know, or even get into that destination of like, I don't know if this is my passion that I'm doing, or if it's really my purpose. Like that part is a struggle too. So does anybody have any questions, or things they struggle with as far as like identifying like if it's really your purpose or if it's your passion? You get distracted. Oh, now you listen. You just say you keeping the mission at the forefront. You can't get distracted. What do you feel like you get distracted by, Domo?
By trying to do other stuff. Like I said, I'm a creator, right? So it's like sometimes I start stuff like, okay, this is what I'm supposed to do, and then getting it done. But then I don't know, it's like sometimes I get distracted or something, and it's like the end doesn't end how like I thought it was going to, and it's like a little away from what my purpose was getting started almost, so then it like
Yeah,
ends in a different kind of thing, which is cool, but it's like if I would have stuck to that purpose, it would have been cooler, because again it all aligns to that bigger mission.
I get you. I think for that, like you just pretty much answered your you pretty much just answered your own question. It's hard, like especially for like creators, because it's like, oh, like I could do this, and this. Like you have a million ideas flowing a second. And it's like all of these kind of go hand in hand. You just like, I know these could work together. But I think like with creators, like you have to like really write them down, because sometimes again, like, and you can go deeper into like purpose, and then like different assignments along your journey of your purpose. Like that's just like the breakdown of like, it's getting deeper and deeper into it. But like I think writing them down, because although you have the idea, it still may be connected to your purpose. It just may not be something that you need to focus on at the time. And then when that time comes, you're like, yep, I already knew, had it written down, worked it out on paper. So when the time comes, it aligns perfectly, versus like trying to start it like, okay, jump to this. Okay, now let me jump back and then jump back to it. You just gotta like write them down and keep them, so when the time is right, like you will know, like, okay, like you kind of had that fourth, like you're like a visionary, like you see it, so you instantly want to like jump to it, but you got to take them baby steps. Anybody else? I'll tell y'all my biggest struggle with um I feel like I've known my purpose for a while, and my biggest struggle was accepting my purpose initially, accepting the fullness of my purpose, because it's like I wanted to pick up pick and choose parts of my purpose. Like, yeah, I like this idea, like this goal, where it's going. I want that part, but I don't know if I'm on what comes with it. So, I wasn't like really giving the full yes of like, yes, I'm a, pursue my purpose. That was like the hardest part for me, like accepting like, hey, this is what I need to do. This is my purpose, and this is why I'm here. But once I got over that first initial hurdle of like, okay, I'm accepted, then it's just the staying consistent within it despite the obstacles, because oftentimes it's like once you feel like you know what your purpose is, it seems like, okay, this is gonna be easy, like everything should align because I'm doing everything I'm supposed to do. I'm walking and doing what what I'm supposed to be doing and what I'm here for. So things should just flow. But life, just be flowing. It's gonna come obstacles. And so I think that, overcoming the obstacles and staying consistent, and like you said, more like remembering what the mission is, remembering what the vision is, despite the obstacles, and knowing like I have to remind myself like the obstacles come because as a reminder to remind me like there's a bigger vision ahead. And when you have a big vision and a big purpose, listen, I don't really know what y'all believe, but like you people don't want to see that big vision and that big purpose come to fruition. So there's going to be obstacles to try to stop you along the way, to really test you to see like, do you really want this? And are you really committed to your purpose? And so just as a reminder, like just expect the obstacles to come in your way, and know that there's always a way to work it out. If you truly walking in your purpose, like things will work out. That's my
Thank you for that. My name is Jessica. Hi.
Hey,
I'm sorry I
Jessica.
came in late. I just saw my email after I stopped working and I said, oh, wait a minute. The subject line says live on purpose. That is the name of the blog that I made when I was in my 30s. I called it
Oh,
liveonpurpose.info.
yes.
Um, I ran that. I got a round of applause from Jazzy. Um, I ran that blog as like just ways to write kind of inspirational um, blog posts for people. I would do my research, and I had this rotating JavaScript which would serve up a inspirational purpose quote on the header of it. Every time you refresh the page, you get a nice new purpose quote. So I did a lot of research into what famous historian, what famous people from history or, notable thinkers from history have talked about purpose. And so I had that big collection of quotes. It lasted for a while and then I couldn't keep it up. Um, one of the things I found with running that blog was that people were confusing me with being very, very religious because there's that book, The Purpose Driven Life. And
Mm.
I wanted instead to have ties to psychology rather, like self growth, rather than um, straight up Christianity. So following the gospel is beautiful and it's wonderful, but I wanted to reach more people than the ones who already follow Christianity with my blog. Of course, I gave that name up a long time ago and I stopped the blog a long time ago, but the history behind it is still with me.
I like that. Right.
One of my own taglines was I wanted people to understand the idea of purpose as compared to accident. Like I did this on purpose or I did this on accident. So I would say something like I want you to live your life on purpose and not wake up 10 years later and wonder, how did I get here? I didn't want to be here. I didn't, and you accidentally fell into a life you didn't want. So those were what my blog posts were about.
Yes, I love that. And it kind of like just confirms what everybody was saying earlier about living with intention and making sure that everything that you're doing is aligned with your goals and what you feel like your life's mission is just I think writing those things down and everything that you're doing, your goals or what if you're
Yeah.
going out, if you're networking, if you're in this place or that place, whatever you're pursuing on a daily, making sure that it's intentional and it connects with what your main goal is. So I think that I know you stopped your blog, but you should start it up again. Or,
Oh, you know what? I'm over here looking at domain names right now. So I'm going to start my Yolantis space rather than having my link tree be my only place where I'm linking people to my NFT art. Because I'm starting with surface pattern design too, because I'm going to be an entrepreneur. I'm changing my whole life focus this year. So yeah, I'm gonna get my new website and my new domain and my new email list. All that is coming into place. So I love that you said intentional because I think that's the more perfect word. Living life with intention really hits it home for me, and I think that phrase is just perfect. The phrase "living life on purpose" can always be
Hello,
reinterpreted a
JC.
little different. Hello, I can go mute.
No, you're good.
What a cool circle to drop into. Thank you.
Lucas.
And nope, just remember the takeaway to think about what is your gift rooted in. That's my takeaway question just to think about for the next time. And as you continue to like think about your purpose and what you're doing and um, just think about what is your gift rooted in.